rant video. No finger positions because I don't have my index yet, and I really don't care about doing that right. I've been hearing things that kind of upset me, and I can't stand idly by anymore. I have to say something before Nintendo ruins my home even more than it already has. I need to know how they ruined it in the first place, so maybe they could fix it, or even better, just port the original again. No one's gonna complain if they just port the original. There's a lot of people who never got to play the original, so they'd probably be happy actually with that. So, besides, there's not even a new console out to even have a third one. Like, why would we need two of the same game on the same console? With just a few story changes. That's why I kind of feel like the rumors are not true about that being in the works. Also, about like a month ago, the creators actually saying, no, we're not working on that. And so, anyway, it's come back up again, and I need to tell them what they did wrong with 2, so they don't get it wrong again, and they can fix what they did. Although I don't know if they can, because it's quite a bit. They got a bit of backtracking to do. First off, the tentacle styles. Like, in the original, they made it clear they're going with the actual, like, sort of squid anatomy thing. That's 2 tentacles, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 arms. They also had a bit of a sexual dimorphism. They put that in there with the females having longer tentacles than the males. How much longer is kind of debatable. Just look at Callie, but longer nonetheless. Even Marie looks short, but that's because she got the rest of it in a big old bow. You take that bow out and, like, they'd probably be about as long as mine, so. Then there's the octolings. There's a lot of problems that I have with them. First off, the nice ones, like, how do they even, like, how can we trust them really? Because, like, mind control, like, it's just gotten out of mind control or not, there's so much anti-Inkling propaganda scattered throughout Octo Valley that's like, we still can't trust them. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't trust them. I just can't. Not while Octavio is still the bad guy. So, how you can fix that? A brand new threat. A new creature known as... Sorry, I had my hand on the controller a little bit weird. Yeah, something that, like, never heard of, never seen before. And it threatens both Inklings and Octarians, so they both have to join together against it. And that would include Octavio, all the Octolings. And over the course of the story, they'd be like, oh, not so bad after all, until again, playable and nice octolings would make sense. Okay? Another sort of lore thing I kind of find a bit wrong with them is, well, Octarians, the way that they reproduce is kind of not really conducive to different sexes. So having girl octolings and boy octolings kind of doesn't really make sense to me. And the arm styles, yes, arms, because octopus do not have tentacles. They only have arms. With them, my main problem is the amount of arms an Octarian has is like directly correlates to their intelligence. So that one with the one singular arm going over the head like a mohawk, that's like literally the stupidest arm do for an octoling. Anyway, now this next one is more of a nitpick because in the concept art and in the original models, if you hack off the goggles, their eye markings are purple. Why are they black in the sequel? Why? I'm pretty sure that's not explained. Now the weapons. If you don't want to use the old subs and specials, don't use the old weapon variants too. Don't use weapons named after the old weapons. Well, I mean, like, you make your own variants of them, of course, but like don't use a plain old Splash-O-Matic if it's not going to have the suction bombs and bomb rush like it did in the original. If you're going to move that to a different weapon, make that other weapon the Splash-O-Matic. Make the weapon that you had changed Splash-O-Matic into something completely different. Because it's confusing original players like me, and for those of us who had mains that use subs and specials that you don't have at all into, now that messes it up completely for us. So, yeah, that's something I'd advise a change on, is if you don't want those subs and specials, don't keep the main weapons that have them either. Now as for the square, I caught a bit of a glimpse of it here in VR chat, similar to this place. Like this looks perfectly like the original plaza. It's beautiful and bright and colorful and everything. And I went to the square because someone said that there was better avatars there than this. But, like, better quality. You can actually summon a gun and stuff like that. And go into squid form. So I went there trying to look for a version of this in that better thing. First off, I didn't find one like this. I found a lot of those mutants that I was talking about earlier. Second, it was so dark. Like, there was hardly any color anywhere, except for in the Inklings and Octarians themselves. And, like, what's even worse, though, is that, throughout one, everything sort of equal up to the great zapfish has to be on this specific tower right here in order for, power to be supplied to all of Inkopolis. So I figured that's like, there's something special with this tower that like spreads the electricity throughout the city. I went to the square, and there's a zapfish on this ugly, like, makeshift tower thing. What happened to this one? Like, this is a perfectly good hub world place. Why did you have to change it? And why is everything okay with the zapfish being in this new location instead of here? That's what I don't get about this. About the square. And then there's how the Squid Sisters are portrayed. Like, sure, you want to emphasize the whole thing about the mind control goggles by putting mind control glasses on Callie. But there's a problem with that. When you do a replay, she's supposedly stupid enough to just put them back on after being taken off and realizing that it's not a good thing to have those on. I'm pretty sure she's not supposed to be that stupid. She's supposed to be like half that stupid. And I'm pretty sure that if Marie were portrayed properly, she wouldn't just be standing around waiting for someone else to go look for her. Because she's perfectly capable of actually going out and fighting, unlike Captain Cuttlefish. So, again, here's my take on what the story should be like to better fit those characters. Instead of being mind controlled with glasses, Callie should be, kidnapped like Princess Peach. I think she's about that stupid. Not stupid enough to do the glasses twice, but stupid enough to be captured multiple times. Instead of having her, like, looking like she's willingly singing and dancing because of the mind control or whatever, instead she'd be, like, tied up or locked up in a cage or something and forced to sing. Like, to where you can actually see on her face that she's not happy. She wants to get out. She wants to be freed. That also gives you a bit more reason to go and save her. And as for Marie, she'd go out there, she'd be the first one out there trying to save Callie. And that would bring back Captain Cuttlefish to get another Inkling to go after them, because, of course, he'd be worried about his granddaughters. And, maybe in some of the levels, you, like, meet up with Marie and fight alongside her as an AI. That would be cool. That would actually be cool. Anyway, that's how I believe those two should have been portrayed in the story without, changing too much of it. Like, just change the bad guys and put those two in that scenario instead of what they were in. And I believe that would fix a lot of that stuff. Also, don't try to replace the Squid Sisters. You can't replace the Squid Sisters. Stop trying, okay? Another thing, this is a lot smaller, more of a nitpick. Every amount of evidence in one points to Judd being the only cat alive in the time of Inklings. So why is there a kitten? Where did the kitten come from? If Chet happened to be a pregnant female the whole time, then where's the rest of the litter? You either get rid of the kitten or explain that. Okay, and I think that's about as much ranting as I really want to do. I'm just going to enjoy the original plaza, the original game, and hope that the servers don't shut down because of these rumors of a third installment. Which again, I do not think should even be anywhere near in the works until there is a new console. Okay? Wait for a new console before you make a new edition. What you can do in the current edition, though, is make a port. Port the original. Please. I would love it if you would port the original. Please. Please. That would, be a dream come true. Anyway, rant over. And that's it from me for now. Ask them what to say. I'm out.